clear up my stance in terms of where I believe the black people, or the black man, or the black woman, or just black culture currently stands in the present stand of America as we speak. Okay, I am of firm belief that there is hope. After seeing the development of blackness around the world, knowing that our fight is not just exclusive to us, but there are many other groups who are very well aware of the present circumstances, historical and the current oppression that we have been facing. And I note that because I believe that we need to really take a look at things on an international scale, as that is the only solution as to how we will create a workaround this problem that we speak. The main thing we need to do is study the groups, the countries, the black organized economies around the world who have actually structured and benefited from black independence. And I believe I mentioned, if you go to somewhere like Ghana, for instance, you will see a phenomenal black community, black economy, which is able to thrive perfectly. So much so that you even have companies like Facebook and even Microsoft and big tech companies investing in Africa. And this is why I let you know that the unity of Africa is very important, or the unity of black people around the world is the only way we are going to find ourselves in an appropriate position to address some of the present circumstances that are faced in North America. I keep speaking as if the problem is there, and I will let you know that the problem still lies. There is no federal law, there is no police order, there is no community out there that can deny what I'm saying. Just because you pass a bill on a piece of paper, like I'd mentioned, that does not discredit somebody from psychologically maneuvering you into a life of crime, a life of poverty, a life of being considered lower, while their group, being the white race, remains superior in all their neighborhoods, superior in financial wealth, just superior as a whole. And until we realize that and we do something very important for us, which is to establish our own economy, build our own schools, our own principles, just like Nigeria, just like Ghana, just like many countries in Africa have been able to do so. We will find ourselves in a better position to understand what it is we need to do to educate our black people in America in particular to address the situation as it stands. Because this idea of tokenism, right? Even when you get to university, you hear of affirmative action. It's like, oh, you're basically slapping us in the face. You're telling us, oh, you are being forced to admit black people based on historical circumstances, but you aren't actually taking into account that giving a few black people tokens or granting admission is not enough to reconcile or to address the problem that lies on a bigger scale, which is we are still suffering from systematic oppression. We are still struggling from trauma, from just discrimination in general. And the only way you can solve a black problem is by involving the black community. You cannot solve this problem with a white authority. A white authority won't solve the problem. A white authority will do what the white authority's been doing for years, which is take advantage of the problem on an economic and financial scale. You go to any organizations that are trying to promote black culture, let's say, whether they're media organizations, music, merchandise, or should I say retail, you will find one common theme in these organizations. They're not run by black people. And that is the problem that we face. The fact that our culture and our community is being sold out to America, right? And this is a problem because we find ourselves in a position where we thought we had leaders. We thought we had appropriate people to guide us into a perfect idea of what America post-oppression would look like. But these people are dragging us further back than we have ever been in history. And I have recorded proof of that. The fact that we don't even have leaders who can speak for us on an appropriate level is very concerning. And you must admit that this lack of leadership is causing a really, really bad problem, because we are eventually going to be in a position where we cannot lie about what's going on, right? We are struggling. Most black families you see, and I don't even need to do a census on this information, are on benefit checks. Most black mothers, as you know them, are single mothers. And I will say most, believe me, I don't need to tell you that I'm believing a stereotype. I can tell you from personal experience and from actually investing time into black communities, into black people. I know, and I'm not going to trust a white census to tell me otherwise, to tell me that black people are living well when we have the highest rates of poverty, we have the highest rates of incarceration, we have the highest rates of any bad factor that's associated with America. And you have the audacity to tell me that with this statistical data, we are in an adequate position to change ourselves. We can barely read. Can I be real with you? How is that possible when our people are barely capable of reading? You cannot tell me right now that your child enjoys reading literature. How many black? I guarantee you, and I'm being 100% real with you. This is not a stereotype. This is I am the last person to bring that type of nasty energy to America. And the point I'm trying to make is, the reason this exists is not because black people aren't intelligent. Black people are very intelligent people, okay? We are very resilient and we are very strong. It's because America has already set a predefined image for us. It doesn't matter how much of a degree we get. It doesn't matter how far we get in education. They have already locked us in a box. And this is what I'm trying to explain to a lot of brothers who are trying to squeeze in to the white economy, that they have made up their minds in terms of how they see us. You don't see any black CEOs in America. You don't see any black CEOs. We've had one black president, and keep in mind, he's not black, right? It's just by chance of association of the color of his skin, he happens to be eligible for that label. But if you're asking me, does he represent the black majority? No, because I cannot tell you that everybody or most people in the black community fit that category, right? And for somebody like myself, right, like I'm not in a position to tell people who they are and who they aren't, but we also have to acknowledge that there is an underlying problem where we aren't represented appropriately. So my main solution as it stands is to just leave everything that's corporal to America, because that's just not how us black people function. We don't function off of discrimination. We don't function off of oppressing each other. We function off of brotherhood and off of unity. All right. Anything anybody else told you otherwise is a complete lie and a setup, right? And I'm encouraging you not to believe it, because it will drag you into a poor position if you end up living up to the stereotype that America has created. Right? We do not need their education. We need our own politics. We need our own schools. We need our own agendas. Obviously, obeying the law. I'm not saying go out there and break the law. I'm just letting you know that we need to start taking action in order to further our economy and benefit our community. And without that action, we truly are going to put ourselves in a dangerous position, because we can't keep surviving like this. Not for as long as these pandemics and all of these economic recessions keep occurring, the last people they're gonna help in those situations are us as black people. Okay, we're the first ones who are gonna get eliminated from the census or from the demographic as they speak. Right? Anytime something bad happens in America, understand the black man is in the biggest danger. And I'm telling you, the only way you're going to get rid of that danger is truly by establishing an economy of your own.